Just the Olympics. It was
Yeah, but it's you know, all these video games are all most of them were JRPGs, which is, you know,
it's gonna go down in history. I hope it goes down in history because it's very, very diverse. So we just wanted to speak on that very quickly because that is something that just happened and it's very unique.
Yeah.
At the end, after that, it's just gonna be sports. But y'all gonna love it.
Yeah, because
you're gonna have the superstars into the other teams.
Like,
yeah,
you know, like
everything,
track, all that.
Yeah,
it's everything.
I
personally,
yeah,
no.
see, but we don't really.
I
follow
appreciate
like that.
what they did for that thing, though.
Yes,
I 100% appreciate that.
That is great to add a little Japanese.
They could get away with that in Japan because they created all that.
No boring British, no boring Canadians, no boring other country music. Japanese is where it's at. Okay, so we're gonna get off that because I'm gonna say the video game industry as a whole. I know you see my deep water, my friend.
Oh, that's because they're so rich. That was disgusting when I was
26.
Whatever. It was almost 30
actually,
It was almost 30 pages. It was disgusting when I was reading. Disgusting.
You read the whole thing?
People who may not
dabbling into the mainstream
education too.
Yeah.
For employee culture. Mm-hmm. So they have been in investigation for 2 years trying to get all the evidence.
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday. So you,
bro,
in the details.
Whatever happened to a little talk, whatever, and you leave in a suit. For one, where do I start? These boys, developer studios, okay?
Well, don't forget Blizzard too. They're all part
Blizzard
of it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Blizzard senior advisor too. On the actual there. That's
report anything, didn't say anything,
HR was
turned
lax.
a blind eye to it.
And look,
you all deserve.
And look,
like bad.
Sometimes it's just some verbiage going back and forth. Explain, mind you, in 2 years. It's not a month, and then assume 2 years by the state that they witnessed.
Like a cubicle crawl, harassing, flirting, started like.
A lady got hired because of how big her breasts were.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one lady
supervisor had a freaking butt plug and lubricant on there too. It's like they were
proof. That's proof, not alleged. That's proof.
Proof.
This man had pictures of her vag area being passed around in the work environment. It's work, bro. It's not. You're not in the bar. It's work. It's work, not
no.
It's pure work, and doing all that instances where they were passive on promotions because of their gender. They're female. They said that they weren't equal rights. They weren't da-da-da.
They were not getting paid. They were not getting paid correct. They were not getting paid the same thing. They just stuff while the women.
You've been in a company for 4 to 5 years, and you have those people that tend to automatically think because they've been in there for a while, they should automatically run around because of what they... Within the suit... In my opinion, it seems 2 out of the 3 complaints of said discrimination of job roles, 2 of them falling for so long, and when you are hired for one job, and if you start doing above and beyond that job, hoping you're going to get a promotion, but you don't get a promotion, guess who's the sucker? And Z with the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then that'll kind of iron out, or you go to HR, whatever the case may be. But again, you are signed on to do X, Y, Z, not X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Not recognized, but the third suit is what made the other 2 complaints make it so it's a common practice. And this lady, they didn't state her name in the complaint, I don't think. She, above and beyond for future partnerships down the road with Activision, she went above and beyond her metrics as a female individual. Okay? She pretty much put in the work, had showcased the numbers, showcased the work and everything. 6 or 7 times in the state. Not to mention HR, clearly, because they were behind the scenes, not even taking it serious to these employees.
HR does not protect the employees; they protect the company. That's what they do. They said they're for the employees, but they're not.
They're just like the underwriters when you get into closing on a house. The underwriter is for the bank, not for you. The underwriter is hired to make sure that the risks is ironed out. So that's just like that. That's how human resources. That's how they get paid by the company.
No, because
so
they're good before the company. They do their best to make sure the company looks good, but they
not
don't
to mention their forced arbitration. If you want to go take them to class action lawsuits, AT&T has that infamous. If you get sensitive or throttling your data, whatnot, they say, well, first you can't take us to court. You got to go to arbitration. And
Yeah,
you
a lot
already
of
know that
companies
arbitration
a lot of
is
companies been
clearly
doing that.
not for you. It's for the company and saving their ass. So I digress. What were we saying? Yeah. So the individuals in Activision, what they did was they didn't want to promote or excel female employees because they could potentially be pregnant.
Yeah, they were saying about
That's
that.
clearly a violation of equal employment opportunity right off the bat.
Exactly.
Right off the bat.
And then, of course, they were having issues because they're on maternity leave.
Yet one person had to write one letter of why they had to leave to go pick up their child from daycare to come back, But she was the only one that had to write the letter, no, not anybody else. Not already
And it
is
was a
retaliation.
woman.
That, right? And then he had to do it himself. It's not common practice.
But they're not doing it to a guy.
They're
doing it to
they
a
did
girl.
it to just a female. Not to mention
Exactly.
they use their lactate rooms for meetings.
Exactly.
So, for those that clearly don't know, if you whip out the tit and you want to feed the child, right? You have a room for that, so you don't have to whip it out while you're keyboarding and coding. Okay? Guess what? They had a room. They took that room. Company, don't you think they're going to have many other...
Specifically. It's
So,
like-
yes. Now, tall.
that whole
My
room
man's
situation. Cosby, I think it's Cosby.
It's Cosby, and then wants to take them to their suites. Busted, and he got a hungover. Now, explain what Activision they stated after this.
Say all this stuff has happened in the past. So first of all, they're not taking responsibility of all the shit that's going on right now. They're just like deflecting and say, "Oh, but we're doing good."
Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. Second thing, with anything, they just added that on. Just to make things look bad for them, even though that had everything to do with what's going on with the situation, everything, because that situation right there proves like all the stuff that's been going on, all the toxic shit that's been going on during the situation, during the whole company, during all the times that's been happening.
They took it like, oh, come on, you're gonna put a death. Don't put any death on him. That doesn't part. And the dude got caught with some butt plugs and some lubricant for what? There's a business trip.
Exactly.
It's a business trip.
That's what it's like. It's ridiculous. And then.
They rush if it took 2 years.
It took something. Like, nailed everything, got it together, and downplaying, say that they got. Oh, God.
Let me
They
tell you
said
something. Now, because this is not individuals that went ahead and did a class action or like just like what happened in Riot Games where there was just an uproar and then it ended up being an issue and then they mediated and called
willing
for
to do it.
and the company passed the Activision wanted to see he every single time to the point that a super agreed to that. They verified that, and the stimony and the
There's this thing and they said that they were complying, they were and they were taking all the stuff, and the suit is like twisting their word to do anything right. That's what I'm saying.
no.
Like,
Let's think of a way to kindly state you have these items in your pocket. The camera's on you, my friend. Give me an idea. I know you're on the spot. Clearly, you don't think you're gonna have lubricant butt plug on your left and right pocket. We get it.
I don't carry things
We
like
don't-
that.
yeah,
That just stays at home.
We got wallets and phones.
That just stays
None of
at
those
home.
two.
You don't carry that here with
so
you.
like, we need to talk. How would you well play? What you got a girthy portable device
Oh God, that just sounds worse.
with 3 vibrating sensors
That just sounds worse because you're describing it.
with motor fluid lubricant.
That just sounds worse.
Huh? Does that work a little bit?
No, it
no,
makes
it
things
doesn't.
worse. It makes things more
it's terrible.
awkward and uncomfortable. You describing it that way.
It's terrible. Y'all wrong. The state has done it.
But yeah, so pretty much their time and stuff like that. They need to pay for what is happening right now. They need to. Today came out the J. Allen Brack. J. Allen Brack, which is the main guy for Blizzard, disturbed by the situation, and he reassures the staff that nothing like that is going to be. So I call bull on that because usually. So he was just saying, like in a whole letter, he was like, "We're gonna be all treated well." No, like I just Rob Koch, which I know who Rob Koch is. He's the main guy of Activision, the one who got that freaking 200.
That's what he said. Rob, I'm like, where's Rob? He said, brother.
Allegations are deeply disturbing. And it's like, like really, you did not
Deeply
know this
disturbed
was going along.
You know what? To back him up, he's probably, oh crap, that something needs to change because he didn't think how deep it was. But he doesn't have well management. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the
So
that's
to
an
be honest
issue.
with you, yes, what he's gonna feel is gonna be like, oh my god, I didn't think it was that deep. Right then and there, and stated,
Exactly.
this is what I'm gonna do. Whoever's responsible is on leave without pay. He didn't.
One who's doing a lot of the stuff that's happening. He did not leave the company until early last year. Unique. It was kind of like
wonder why
all that, but
allegations. It's in the suit.
It has been.
Reviewed within 2 years. Yes.
So-
sometimes those things take time.
So damn
it
straight, he left for a reason.
Yep.
And now it's just like,
Remember that conspiracy that they went around with Wayfair? Remember that conspiracy you probably seen on it was like when Wayfair had like the best sales within that 1 year, but then why did he step down? And it was I don't know if you're familiar. There was items were sold for a dresser for like
Heard about that, yeah.
So they stated that day. It was like 12 hours later. He steps down. Things that make you go. But the same thing is with this. Why?
that, yeah.
Hey, we got Win of It Wednesday, Tuesday. They filed the suit.
tweeting about it. So
Because it's disgusting.
it is. It is. It's disgusting what happened.
And it ties to an unfortunate suicidal death.
I hope all these, people who was affected by this gets their,
Their justice.
revenge. Their justice. I'm gonna say
Revenge.
revenge.
Don't be dark.
I'm gonna say.
Don't be dark.
Try to make things around. They said things are changing nowadays, but
Yeah, bullshit.
we need proof.
Yeah,
we need freaking
We need
proof.
female testimonials that is not bought and paid for. On you wasn't if there's anything just to get a on the street
Like a candid type of situation.
yeah,
yeah.
like what's it called? What's that show? Billy on the Street.
Oh yeah, Billy.
That
honestly,
type
yeah.
of that type of run. We need boots on the
Be like happening like even though they said it's last year and he didn't.
was forward. So this is now being a little bit concerning.
So pretty much this week they are in the process. It hasn't finalized yet, but they're in the process of buying another. They did. Of course, it's getting us to think. Why is Tencent all of a sudden buying these like shares of this company? So far, they're 100% owned Riot.
Oh, they're almost close to a full control.
Exactly, 40% of 5% of Activision on. So Slow Ultron was recent to the group, and like I know, like little by little, like not all the companies are 100% owned, but they're trying to get their hands and pieces of certain companies, and
Getting off of the video games, we all know that they have a lot of, and we see that 9 p.m. after gaming.
I know they have.
In the name of addiction, gaming addiction, they literally stop multiplaying games in general to abide by those rules, and you got to shut it off. I think it's 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the top, but
And
I
you're
know
not
they
able
have
to
time.
play blanketed genre of games. They got to have some form of influence and some sort of stake within it. Mm-hmm. Fortnite is very popular. Why don't you think they have 40% of that? They just got regulatorily banned. I don't know if you have that on your notes, but there was 2 streaming apps in game. I would bring it up now. Some pushback, but they more property they almost control. They could have influence in their mainland China and have others follow suit. I'm going
Very
but
thing.
it backed up because they updated their policy of breaking down, and developers are forced to implement a China-based DRM. So when a time elapses, offline or online, they know that system is being run. Something else that's gonna trigger it to, I don't know, maybe they have a camera in the corner of the damn room and they see you gaming after 8:30, you're gonna get fined. I don't know how that goes, but I'm saying companies are in what better way? Because it's suspect. This is random.
They keep buying
They
games.
keep buying shit.
They're not buying the whole thing. They buy percentages of them.
So
but yeah.
a familiar questionable company, not in the gaming world, was SoftBank in Japan. Mm-hmm. SoftBank is because they're. You know what? Here's the thing. SoftBank is an investor bank.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What's popping? What could I have a potential? So put money in front of the table and see how much stake you would have. SoftBank did that with T-Mobile. Nope, they did it with Sprint. They did it with Sprint to back because of the CEO, former CEO, John Ledger. He love you as a T-Mobile. Went to shit because they just got bought. They made out on it. Bank.
Yeah.
Tencent is a other things. Why?
Because I don't.
Why?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's the question.
We're trying to figure
Not
that
to
out.
mention, just episode 19, developer Crisis, Crytek. And the employer said, no, it's not about games. It's about their military simulation tech.
Because they.
Theory now.
God.
And what if they get bought? Wait, I want to see another Crisis game. Or maybe they might release a buggy Crisis game that looks like Cyberpunk 2077 to shut us up. You know what I'm saying? Purchases that Tencent has been making is... I see in a couple of movements. It was
I see join, but nothing like
join and left. Yeah.
So I don't know. If anything
I don't know if
pops
there's
up,
hashtags put on it. It's our first time with our TikTok
We'll
live. So if
figure
there's
things
hashtags
out,
and whatnot
yeah.
to put on, it's fine. It is what it is. But it's all learning curve at the end of the day, folks. So, you know. Oh, no. I'm in my old folder because I had to get the... Have a Zelda picture?
yes. So
Jesus
this
Christ,
has
it's
to
huge.
talk about. I don't know if because I already talked about this before. I don't know if it was in a past episode or past. More stuff was leaked out this year called
Hey, there's the
Project
picture.
X.
Yeah, hit me to this because I didn't know. You just
exactly.
surprised
This
me
is
with the
like
picture.
one of the things. Pretty much, I don't know if Princess. That's
for
her.
Ultra Instinct.
Basically, it's her
Goku.
other mode that she'll be able to do things with because she has to hide that she's a princess. So this is her other mode, which is Sheik. Originally, around for the Wii, there was supposed to be a game based off with her.
Oh.
A side story, like a spin-off. It was supposed to be made by Retro Studios, the one in the early... The story of it was supposed to take place on the bad ending of Ocarina of Time. So it's just like, it's crazy how they are doing that. So I was like, I love the fact they were doing that. Yeah, it was supposed to come out on the Wii. They didn't say exactly what date it was supposed to come out, but I just love the fact they were going to do that. And of course, with the Giga League 2, they also showed like a bunch of different things. One of it was a Wii project called Project Hammer, which was supposed to be like a Dynasty Warriors type of act. And then there was another game, which female spy action space type of games, which that be made too. And then of course they had like all the old of what they call Project Sora, which was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It was called Project Sora before, so they had some of the old assets of that, which was pretty cool.
Move the camera to you. So you're mainly going to be controlling it. So yeah, just do that. There you go.
Okay.
So if they respond, they talk, whatever, you can just look at it.
Exactly. So they had that, and then they also had a sequel leak. Because I love seeing leaks like this because it was showing games that they were in the process of it, but they didn't. So it's kind of sad that like,
Yeah,
oh
you're
my
like,
God.
you see the potential in you.
like they could have made these
But then you got to realize
games.
the landscape at that moment. So it's like, damn, I
Yeah.
wish it came out, but then like, yeah, maybe it wasn't.
It
really
just,
safe.
yeah, that's what it felt like. They probably felt like it wasn't gonna do well.
Bro, yeah.
Something like that would be
Continues within the first good 6 or 8.
maybe after Metro.
Becomes so popular.
Dread, yeah.
Yeah, Dreads. Metroid Dread comes out, and within 6 months performs well without being sold as a holiday bundle or being sold.
That would be
And in the name already, it's
awesome.
Yeah, even I'm like, damn, I gotta.
like that would actually be
gotta
pretty
get me a- I
awesome
gotta get me a
because I
Switch Lite.
always wanted a game featuring her. I always did, and it
But
would
there
be
was no
pretty
game
awesome.
though.
Huh.
Yeah, yep.
And-
And game with her, show it off in E3 to come out 2023.
I would wait the
oh
fuck
yeah,
for that,
to have
shit.
their own standalone, and she goes in. I seen the Super
Oh,
Smash
I
Bros.
know.
She goes in,
Yeah, she does.
and it had to be the alter ego of her. Like that's. Oh, I'm gonna be awesome news actually.
Yeah, so-
ask the question on Twitter just to get more clarification, in which I'll speak on TikTok fams. You know what I'm saying? Hear me out when it comes to this. We're gonna talk little about and was what I wanted to see. Did you watch it?
E-Play Live?
Yes.
I saw it, but it wasn't a lot of stuff in it.
Tim
it was
Burton.
very,
Who's Tim- Okay.
Frankie Weenie.
I have information on that, but
Lost in, hold on, I have it written down here.
Lost and Damned.
It is Lost, yeah, Lost in.
I was right.
Okay,
It's
good.
funny because I kind of skipped through it because I just wanted to see Battlefield. But
That game, has cards, like your little pet.
Okay.
And you can roll the dice, little action thing, but I love the look of it.
oh snap, that does make sense.
Yeah.
All right, so it could be cool. So then I didn't really go back and check it out.
And it
but
comes out in September.
this year.
Yeah, this year.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm excited about it.
It went really quick. WWE, I don't really watch WWE. Like it was really great.
So they all
But I do. Yes.
revealed
Yeah.
working with the like a game trail because it's It's done now because I remember the grid game.
Need for Speed type of getaway. Forza try to capture that with Horizon.
Yeah.
I like that. Gran Turismo the same way, but sometimes I do want some freedom and the like. And what's happening? What?
I was going to show with you.
What? Oh,
Show you because you're talking.
oh, you don't want you don't.
No,
So let's see how. Shouts out to Outlandish's swagger game here with his Pikachu. Show off that Pikachu, by the way, guys. Show that off.
Yeah, I just got this the other day.
I don't rock. I mean, shouts out. But ain't that deep. His Pikachu though. So look out for all of his updated swagalicious.
Yeah, make
You know what I'm
sure
saying?
I
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
It's funny because I just did my. I dropped off something for an individual, and he literally, as soon as I said, "All right, have a good one," he's like, "Hey, I know the artist." And I think I don't know if I text you or message you of the I had the Bulbasaur one.
Oh.
And it was I don't know if you know the developer, the artist. Do you know the artist off the top of your head? Char and the Gang or something like that? Char or something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because he loved the shirt that I had. I'm like, yeah, my brother got it from anime. He's like, yeah, I know the artist. I'm like, really? And he's like, we sat there for like a minute. Because I had the Gengar.
Yeah.
No, I got the Hunt. Try to turn it, but I don't think it's going to work. We're going to try to make it best next week, maybe. We can do it. Yeah, see?
We'll figure it out.
Don't advertisements and the like. So,
Okay.
we, after this Lost and Damned,
They finally revealed. It was just a reveal trailer. They didn't show any much stuff on it.
yeah.
Dead Space. And
Okay.
it's
I was like, oh, all right. And see, again, kudos to the host of the E3 EA Play.
yeah.
He was like, I don't want to go in.
The thing with this game is this is going to be strictly new gen, so it's only going to come out for the PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC.
Unless if the voice is.
But that's what it's saying. There's no date on it. It's most likely going to be late next year.
I
But
can't see through there, y'all. So all I can do is just say what's up.
because
See how it's gonna react. 23. I'm not looking for it next year. Let's be realistic.
all we know is it's going to be pretty as fuck. But it's going to be scary as fuck.
I was talking
That you may pull off because you're going to be scared. Knowing you,
Do that
you're
again.
like,
Do that again.
you're gonna like, they're gonna. That's what you're gonna do because you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Don't. Yo, yeah.
That's gonna be you. You're gonna
Bro,
be like, what the fuck?
What?
Oh my god. That's literally gonna
Do
be
it again.
you.
Do it. I'm
No,
done. I'm done.
I'm
Yep.
done. I'm done. I know you. You're gonna
Yes,
like,
I suck at scary games. I hate it. It sucks. It's terrible.
I'm gonna-
Fucking freaky. It's ridiculous. She combining my fucking name with the damn company. $100 now. You get with the people. Like it's nuts. So to have Dead Space and PC, that 3D audio is gonna come real handy.
Oh, I could bet it will be.
Oh yeah, you gotta dissect them. You gotta dissect them.
That's your job. You're like,
Your job. You can't
I
just
remember the
shoot to
first
kill.
game, and that game was.
Yeah, yeah. So I would like to play the first game to get a hint of it. I'm not a fan of horror. I'm not a fan of scary, but why not? Especially with
good.
3D audio, bro. You'd be looking back. Oh,
Now,
no, done,
I'll
gone.
have you speak on the game I'm sure you were most excited
Oh
about. I'll
yeah,
have you speak
let's
about
go,
that.
baby.
I know you were
And
excited
then
about that.
they showed more of Battlefield 24. I say Battlefield 6, but it's
In their
2042.
new mode.
Yeah. So, and then I had to get clarification on Twitter. If you follow us, B.o.P Gaming showed off gameplay. It was like a 45-second gameplay. It was like a trailer, but it showed gameplay. And on the top left, it showed pre-game alpha. So I'm like, okay, fine. It looks like Battlefield. It looked glorious. It looked good. The destructions were great. And I'm not going to really bore you all with all the tidbit portal. And this is a mode that allows the community to get their hands on what they want to do within the game. And so the host, which he beautifully stated, passion, fantastic, because I had the same exact questions and got the answers I wanted. And so he asked, and I'm going to paraphrase, he asked, so if I could be one faction, you're one person and you're history, you could make that. Then this is what was crazy to me. So we understand that in history and in life, so from World War I, World War II, Battlefield 3, until now, they're very different technology. So another 32. And you're like, what the hell? Who would do that? You'll be crazy assassinated. 4 Battlefield 2042 players versus 32 World War I players.
Who would win?
So clearly you're talking about your arsenal, your updated weapon tech, kill streaks if it were, okay? Your little items you pick, all your weaponry will be updated enough to compete with those. That's nuts. So the Portal is something that community can make and to put out. So we're like, oh, well, damn.
Of course.
You play Little Big Planet on a PS3, right?
Yep.
You understand that there's a section where there's custom games, or a section where you can just download maps. And all those maps are created with retro playlists to awesome maps to something completely different. They're doing that with Battlefield.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, that's crazy.
So anything is going to go when the communities. On top of that, they allowed them to use.
And you can also like set up like what kind of weapons you want.
Modern technology, and after 32 with
It's crazy.
just their bare bones World War I type and see who's going to win. Right?
It's crazy.
So when you play the games, new tablets of, they broke down on what's going to be available maps. I thought the Portal maps were supposed to be custom. They're supposed to be custom in a certain so I assumed there was going to be custom playlist. But now in the season, it's going to include Portal maps. And I got clarification. Shouts out to the replies in the B.o.P Gaming on Twitter. Follow us. Within the season to play towards the season pass, I guess. Understanding that the Portal won't be. I'm going to say that maybe, in my opinion, what's really popular in the Portal segment will be featured on the Battle Pass. On top of
I saw that. I was like, I know you're all over that.
I was all over that. Yeah.
All over that.
Yes, and I caught it as soon as it ended. So it wasn't that late. I got home a little early. It was good. And then the Dead Space, I was like, oh, it's got to be it. It's got to be it. I'm like, it's a bad surprise. Because everybody kind of knew.
Everyone knew.
Everybody knew.
We reported on it a couple episodes ago. We knew.
Yeah. Everybody knew. So it is what it is. But overall, it was good. EA play was good.
Yeah, that was good. I guess it was... Yeah,
which is not a part of EA. The only news I've heard with football was Pro Evolution, which was the competition with FIFA. It's now called eFootball. As a free to already, you got to pay for it. And you still got to pay to play.
Yeah.
And Pro Evolution was kicking up steam, and then they lost the contract with Konami. So now that the UCEA, I think it's called, the UEA, the UEA of that was the only difference between FIFA and Pro Evolution. Yeah. So people play Pro Evolution. Now that license has expired, I think it was like since 2018 and 2019, so now FIFA's got the upper hand. Put this up there, it's kind of high.
Because I was a little disappointed.
And I'm disappointed. You got Fortnite, Splinter Cell.
Which we know how those games are. The major systems, including the...
It's the third.
That's why it's similar to like Overwatch.
Okay.
All the games, Splinter Cell, Endgame, all these are the factions and stuff because it's gonna be little factions, and the characters look like it's a mixture of Sam Fisher and like punks, like punk, like the punk style.
Yeah.
There's like a little mixture of
this thing. Let Nickelodeon do their thing. Stop it.
Be leadership of the Call of Duty. Mark Robin is in charge of this.
Okay.
I know you know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, damn.
He's actually in charge of this. But I'm still a little iffy on it. But there was...
This is all Ubisoft exclusive characters, correct? All right.
So now...
clarify that.
So now now there was a game that came out last year called Elite Squad. Since an RPG featuring all the characters from all the Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon,
and it's funny because I didn't even heard about that.
Exactly, I didn't either. Until I thought like, oh yeah, I remember the Black Lives Matter. I
thought that was a Watch Dogs expansion.
They made it seem like they were a terrorist group, so they got big backlash because of that.
Oh, that is terrible.
Because one of the trailers showed. I remember the game.
Yeah.
I remember that thing on October 4th of this year. No more of that game. And I'm guessing they're going to focus all that energy into the new one that's coming out. Because it's almost the same thing.
Almost the same thing. So that's pretty... Okay. I think you won my heart when it came to a form...
As soon as I heard the name, I was like, that name sounds familiar.
So you put...
It was just a little... I just wanted to get an update because last week, as we know, Netflix is getting gaming into their thing. There was some little mobile games at first...
Yeah.
Which, not shocking. No. We knew that was going to happen.
But you see, go ahead. You know what? You tell them. Because I predicted that last episode.
You did.
Episode 19.
You did. You did predict
Yes,
it was going to be a
That's
thing.
why y'all tune in. Y'all have to tune in because my predictions are clearly
And
there's something there, my friends. I'm telling
They're
you.
pretty much not planning on or expecting to make profits.
Existing popularity.
Exactly. What's the right answer then?
Making games or partnerships with games within a series that is very popular and
Which
implemented
you
within the
did say
Netflix
that
catalog,
last
which I said that
week.
at episode 19.
You
I
did.
said exactly. I
What you're
predicted the
saying is
GameStop.
coming true.
I predicted what Netflix was going to do. I'm a PR bro. You gotta hide me.
So
yo.
pretty much,
Tell me.
most of the stuff you were saying, like,
Let's recap. Tell them what. Now think. Because I said this.
Strangers.
We talked about that.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
Witcher, obviously.
Clearly, that's all.
Be one. It's like what other ones? This Castlevania could be
That too,
a
yeah,
possibility.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones. Am I missing one?
Last of Us? Or is that a wrong?
No, that's HBO.
HBO. Okay. Resident Evil?
Well, it already has a TV show on there, but it could be more.
It could be more. It could be more.
But yeah, those are.
And I'll be 100% golden, baby.
Yeah, that your main
I have to
prediction
put
true.
Killer West predictions. Give a little segment, a 10 minutes.
So yeah, they're pretty much not monetizing anything at all right now. Who knows what's gonna happen in the future? But right now,
Let's talk about that. A controversy before
Yeah.
where me as a parent, I cannot let those that play with a game
but they fixed it.
that had just weird people asking for sexual favors on. Bro, you
Yeah.
can't do that shit. But then last week we talked. Was it last week or 2 episodes?
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, episode 18, B.o.P Gaming. We talked about it.
They're working
and
with
Sony.
Sony, yeah.
has- And again, so they fixed that. I mean, it's probably been fixed, but I was, as a parent, I was like, no. We're not doing that. Nobody's doing that. Not in this house.
Sony doing that.
Now with Sony's part, it's cool. It seems cool, but I searched all those. I found every creative word to search. Children play Roblox. So Netflix prediction.
you must feel proud about
I feel
that.
proud about that. I just need Stadia to fail because once Stadia fails, they're gonna say their demise, or at least maybe April. Wait for quarter four to end and Q1 to start the year saying we failed. We'll partner with Sony.
Competition.
Yeah, and Game
And it'll
Pass
be Sony versus Xbox. So
again.
we'll see who wins.
And you got the whole Google base. You got all Google.
So we'll see.
Google. You got Google. You got everything.
So
Okay?
we'll see who wins.
I hope that happens.
And then with Google
It makes
money,
sense.
they could buy more companies.
Google, though. No. I'm not saying to merge. I'm saying to use the infrastructure. That doesn't mean any money. It's Google
No,
makes
I'm
money
saying
off
to-
of Sony's partnership.
I was thinking of getting like more exclusives for Sony and stuff like that. That's what I was thinking of.
No, Stadia will be done.
Oh.
Stadia will not. Google's infrastructure. Google ain't got shit for games. Let's be honest. They got the servers. They got the data. Like whatever Sony's built, Google could put it up and just run it smooth. So they could have remote play on LTE on all phones flawlessly. So yes, Netflix, last episode, mobile, and then in the future, combo with their listings and include that with games. I don't know
With-
how they can do it with the games.
And they said it could be no extra cost, and they're
Nope.
not planning on making any money out
So
of it
far,
either.
it's just.
That's so far though. We'll see what happens
And
later
then
because you
this
know
week-
Netflix they've been upping their prices every month.
and then this
every
week,
year.
it just shown that there's been a sharp decline of Netflix subscribers. And the reason why is because people are going out now.
well,
People are going out
There-
watching
yeah.
movies now. So yes, there's going to be a decline. So they can't see it as a sharp decline to the point that they game over. They're just going to have to see it and maintain it. And video games could be that, not to overextend, but keep the momentum going. Did we go through all of them? What's this picture here?
You mean the ones with all the PlayStations?
Yeah. Hit me with that.
Oh, I thought you knew about this one.
I do, but you may have to hit me to that because I probably
Or at least we tweeted about it or something like that. House in Ukraine.
Yeah, you know what? I'm primed up. Yes.
8,800 game consoles or PS4s. All
Sorry
at
for
the
my
time.
sticks.
At the time, they were thinking that it was all cryptocurrency. They were using it to file crypto. This week, they were
Out of
gaining.
all games and the hype of crypto, these stations that play
They were using
were
it
used
for
for
FIFA
FIFA.
Ultimate Team cards, which
Bruh.
people were buying off the numbers that they made out.
Yeah, no, not sorry.
okay,
That's what I was trying
that.
to. So Budweiser, Tom Brady, I don't think soccer,
Which is football,
aka
the most popular sport in the world. Person, but I knew
yeah,
that.
and I'm
They get.
You want to hear a funny story? TikTok people, you want to hear
There
a funny story?
are-
I'll give you two. There's a place in Brazil that they have to play, and it's like the New York Yankees and the Mets. New York Yankees and the Mets is called Underground, the Subway Showdown. I think that's what it's called. Because, New York, whatever. Brazil, there's two teams that they face, like, on some underground. They get so violent. One of the teams show up as fans. The others, no show. And which is probably the most respectful people.
Yeah.
And the others is all... This is before COVID. Before COVID, y'all. All empty seats. Me as an American, I'm walking up. It's like, it's on site.
Team's hard.
Yeah, they do.
Hard.
So I've learned a couple of things. Having my Brazilian wife, I learned a couple of things about it. And so what was the second
It's a
story?
pride thing. I know that.
Yeah. And it's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
Of course.
What was it? Dan, there was another story I was gonna hit you with. Oh no! Oh, got it.
Okay, good. Okay, yes.
Ronaldo. Because just like us as Hispanics, as Puerto Rican descent, we in our youth got labeled as Mexicans, and always Mexicans, and we eat tacos.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
It was so annoying.
It was an ignorant upbringing that we had. We eat goya beans, rice, and manta. That's what
Just
we
because
do.
we're Spanish, we're
Yeah,
we're not gonna go there
Not
because that
yet.
was my nickname.
Not yet. That was
back
your
in the
nickname,
day.
but not yet. So I'm only saying that to say this: Brazil and Portugal is the same type deal, but they don't like each other. And I've learned, I want to say in my opinion, but I was told by a Brazilian, Ronaldo in the Portugal representing is so nice that they are respected by Brazilian football players. Don't care, but he's for the sport. He's very nice to the sport, and he does his thing. They were facing North Korea.
North Korea?
North Korea. I researched through Google and okay, and I'm gonna hip you to probably the
They'll
most
kill you.
brainwashed country in this world. They do. They fought Portugal. You don't understand where I'm going with this. Ronaldo is a part of that. Ronaldo was a fucking beast. Outlandish. He's a fucking beast.
Well, yeah, I know he's a good player.
It was to the point that Ronaldo was laughing.
I'm sure
They
Kim.
executed their point.
I'm sure Kim Jong Un was.
First live broadcast that North Korea has done.
Oh God.
They said that with the best struggle of the team, paraphrasing, the best team of North Korea in the prideful ends in a draw. Was a draw.
It's because they cannot say they lost. That's funny.
They said it was a draw. You should see the way the lady well it ended in the draw. 7-0 is not a draw. Okay? Loss is so epic. They said the trainer was forced to do forced labor, and 80% of the team for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
You know how North Korea get? They don't speak. And the comments were like on the field when they were losing. Hear from them. You don't hear any word of them. You didn't even know damn well. You didn't even know they had a team.
I didn't know. I think the world
Yeah.
is like, if you go in there, you die. That's all I know.
And that's and look, and I seen that. I was like, yo, that's fucked up. And you don't hear anything about them again. But football and soccer is that big of a deal that even they got a communist dictatorship country to punish those that lost in losing their lives. And Ronaldo's got that in his damn conscience.
Oh God.
Of course, you don't want to drink Coca-Cola, drink water. He needs to purify his heart because he was responsible for multiple deaths of families. His ass just went there to play soccer, yo. So yes, I was digressing, but that's how popular this is. 1.4s? PS4s.
Yes, PS4.
PS4s to run it, and we all thought our asses thought it was cryptocurrency.
Pretty much the situation that what caused them the surrounding grid, which caused them to get caught. Because they were stealing so much energy because, crypto costs a lot of energy.
See, that's what happens when you get greedy. Keep
So-
a pace. Don't be greedy.
So pretty much that's the situation with that. They're, getting in trouble. Obviously, it's in the Ukraine, and I know they get in trouble more if they're,
Yeah,
you know.
Ukraine. Yeah, coyotes.
So yeah, it was just
Mention that because I didn't think you would drop that hint, like drop it like that. I was like, all right, but I'm like, all right, let's talk about it. Because I didn't think I was like, what the hell are you taking a picture of these servers? Again, very important week as well. Everybody here, we're gonna go through some nothing too deep, nothing hour stretch, just something saved ones. Bungie because they were under Activision
they were. Yeah, I remember they did.
with and da da da.
Oh,
And if you
sorry.
read up on it, you understand that. Who knows? Maybe that could have been one of the pinnacle reasons why they left.
That could be because they left last year or 2 years ago.
I think it's 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2018, right?
Sorry to not answer you,
I
but
think it was 2018. I think.
yes, there was Final Fantasy at the Olympic ceremony. And
All these games I have played, and I
shouts
know
out the
them
Tokyo
all.
Olympics. Now I kind of want to give them the views of watching the Olympics because they just
Like one of my favorite game series. They had.
Did you watch
two
that?
music.
Did you wa-
yes.
Oh, that must be awesome, bro.
Two of those music. As soon
You
as I
must have
heard
teared
that-
up, grown man.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you
Two of those. Say Tails music right now.
That's awesome. Switch that to you.
Yeah, I was
And see if
like.
there's any comments on there, if there's any. But that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was. That was awesome. They did Frog's theme for that one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, these are like my childhood. These are games that I played growing up.
While Twitch streamers speak out on Activision Blizzard's sexual harassment, Activision Blizzard is being sued by the California Department of Fair Employment. Crab has answered.
A lot of people that I know who heard about this.
Broke follow has been widespread personal stories about harassment and toxic behavior they experienced while working in the game industry. Some of the most popular World of Warcraft streamers explained how disappointed and sad they were to hear the news. Top WoW Twitch streamer Asmogold in a public statement shared on Twitter, and he was hurt by the news of a longtime fan of the publisher. And in quote, "Fan, it really hurts to see how things have devolved in such an awful way. Just makes me sad." And it does indeed. It makes everybody sad. Because again, this is something not just people alleging. It's been hounded for 2 years.
2 years. They did their investigation. They did everything.
Yeah. He also said it wasn't fair for people to ask streamers who would not play the game because of such and such and such. Let it iron out. It's their problem. They should have resolved it in the first place. You bought the product. You pay for the product. You pay for the product. You might as well play it anyway. I
Yeah.
get it. Boy, can play it anyway, but I did pay season pass with the hard-earned gold Call of Duty points that I did not pay for, so I'm going to make this season pass worth it when it comes to
Again, the only thing I did was crack.
application. So again, we already spoke on that. We're not going to really read on that. That's breaking on that. You have what other ones?
Yeah, like not much. There is one news which I'm going to save that for a TikTok thing later, which I'll talk about.
Horizon's Aloy joins Genshin Impact and cute as a button.
The character looks adorable.
That's cool. Sandbox mode to include Bad Company 2 maps. Ooh, Battlefield 2042 sandbox mode to include Bad Company 2 maps.
You can't wait for this game to come
I
out.
cannot wait.
You're going to play the PS5 with your 3D things held on. You're going to be, you got so much
With
fun.
the DualSense, I wonder what the DualSense capabilities are going to have. I hope they have it. Oh, man. So this, we all right, so let's just close this up, wrap this up. TikTok fam, thank you for joining every week, 7:30 p.m. on Fridays. You know, you check it out. Whoever checked it in, swiped up.
Yeah.
Episode 21. Activision needs to go away and to correct themselves
Yep,
and
exactly.
do that thing. So, like, subscribe, comment. Make sure everything is spick. Like, subscribe, comment. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. Where else?
Anchor.
Anchor, yes, audio. Anchor.fm, all the podcast. Everything you see here, you will see or hear. Yeah. Wonderful content of epic random news that we can't wait
You got.
to a year. That should be
Oh, that thing I
demised.
did earlier today. I forgot. It was like the boom, 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 bang thing.
That too, yeah.
I
That
forgot what I
whole
did.
Dead Space, Fear.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So again, thank you for tuning in. Check us out. B.o.P Gaming. Peace. Killer West.